Vuforia Studio has the capability to integrate IoT and sensor data into AR experiences to create more seamless and interactive experiences. PTC's Thingworx platform allows for seamless integration of this functionality. Once the data is set up in Thingworx, it is a simple process to link the Thingworx data to the Vuforia Studio experience. Navigate to the data panel and select the plus sign next to external data. You may be prompted to sign in with your Vuforia credentials. This will prompt a pop-up that is linked to the Thingworx server. You can then add a relevant property, service, or event to your Vuforia experience. For this demonstration, we have a thing for our 3D printer set up with relevant temperature data from sensors connected to the printer. To learn more about setting up and connecting data in Thingworx, check out our other videos on the topic. To add the selected data, click on the plus sign next to the relevant property. The thing then populates the external data panel. Once all the Thingworx data has been added, click Close at the bottom of the pop-up. Now you can bind the Thingworx data to widgets in the Vuforia experience, just like you can with application parameters. In this demonstration, we will bind the temperature data to a 3D gauge. First, navigate to the 3D canvas, then drag and drop the 3D gauge widget onto the canvas. You can position the gauge by using the translation and rotation arrows or by manually adjusting the X, Y, Z coordinate values in the Properties panel. Once the gauge is positioned, we can bind the data to it. Navigate to the external data panel, select the outgoing arrow next to the data property, and then drag and drop onto the gauge. Select text as the binding target and click Bind. You can now hop into preview mode to check that your connections are working. Note that if values are updated on the Thingworx end, this won't be reflected in your preview. To see them change, simply refresh your preview tab. If you run the experience using Vuforia View, however, these values will update in real time. As you can see, the temperature is in Celsius, but the value has no units attached to it at the moment. Filters can be utilized to add further context and format the IoT data. Open the Bindings pane and click on the gauge to view its bindings. Select Filter and type in the following JavaScript code. To learn more about using JavaScript in Vuforia Studio, check out our video on the topic, which has links to additional resources. You can now see that the temperature value display has a corresponding unit attached to it. Once finished, save and publish the experience. When viewing the experience on the Vuforia View app, you'll be able to see the IoT data change in real time. You can also control IoT devices remotely from Vuforia. To learn more about this, check out the Vuforia Studio support page on using Thingworx data and the related examples. Here, we've modified the experience to allow the user to set the target temperature value of the printer. The bidirectional functionality of Thingworx allows the user to interact with the IoT device through AR, which opens up many possibilities for user interactivity. Now that you can link Thingworx data with Vuforia Studio, watch some of our other videos to learn how to enhance your AR authoring skills. Otherwise, drop a comment below for which topics you'd like us to cover in future videos.